movie posters over the years have gotten very weird. So I think for today's video, I would like to talk about movie posters overall, and also share some of my favorite movie posters of all time. In the most recent case of a bad movie poster, and what I think a bad movie poster makes itself a bad movie poster, the most recent times all I can think of is the Fall Guy poster, and A Quiet Place Day 1, and the Strangers Chapter 1 poster, as well as the If poster, and the first teaser poster for Furiosa. The Furiosa one does seem like a bit of a nitpick, but I just think that one looks weird. And an honorable mention I would like to say Inside Out 2. What I think makes a bad movie poster has a couple of factors at play. It's either the person who designed it did such a terrible job, like for example A Quiet Place Day 1, that main poster alone looks like something you would see in a YouTube video thumbnail. Look at how the characters look like, and how everything looks like. It just shouts to me that it is uninteresting. Another factor also, like for example If and Inside Out 2. The Inside Out 2 poster, I'll give it a little bit of praise, but the If poster, sometimes when posters just try to cram everything into one poster, it turns out kinda bad and pretty uninteresting. But of course If is trying to appeal to young audiences, so I guess that kinda makes sense. But oh boy, The Strangers Chapter 1 is not only a terrible movie since I've seen it recently, and it might potentially be the worst movie of the year, but the poster itself looks so bad. It's supposed to be implementing the idea that it is a home invasion movie. It sort of makes sense, I guess, but the whole idea just looks so ugly. And if you want to talk about a good horror movie poster, let's talk about The Strangers, which is a 2008 horror movie, which The Strangers Chapter 1 is a remake of. And it's so funny how the poster of the original movie is so much better. Like, just look at it. It's eerie and it's mysterious and it makes you guess, while this new film is just trying to shove in everything in your face that it's a home invasion film, and they're just showing you all of the killers right in there. And I almost forgot to mention the Fall Guy poster. I really did enjoy the film, but oh my goodness, they need to fire the person who made this poster. I wouldn't say it looks exactly uninteresting, I'd say it more so looks very cheap. Now, movie posters I really do love is The First Omen and Monkey Man, as well as, even though I think this movie is pretty overrated, I'll give a lot of praise for this poster. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. The Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes poster, it's simple and just shows the main character and the setting of it all, and I just really like it overall. Now, what I think makes a good movie poster is when they don't go overboard, and when the film actually catches my attention a lot, and they don't always try to cram in a bunch of things or try to show the audiences everything that's in the movie. I think the best word to describe that is simplistic. But also there will be other cases when I think there are movie posters that are not simplistic, yet I still love them so much. For example, any of the Mission Impossible posters, it might be a bit of a hot take, but I really do love all of them. And some of them are kinda bad. There will also be a case in which a movie poster will show a good design of the movie, but also show nothing at all. And what I mean by that is, look at the first Halloween movie. You could see a knife and a pumpkin head, and that is pretty much it. And it immediately became such an iconic poster. And then there's also the case of the Scream poster. You could see Drew Barrymore's face all zoomed in the poster, with her covering her mouth like this. So I can just imagine anyone in the 90s looking at that poster when they were in the theaters. They were just thinking, damn, is she a main character? But then this also plays into a factor of subverting audiences' expectations, because of course the iconic film Scream kills off Drew Barrymore as the first kill, and I'm pretty sure that everyone who thought that she was gonna be the main character of the movie definitely got pretty shocked. And on the topic of horror movie posters, I think it's never wrong to talk about Nightmare on Elm Street. Oh boy, this poster was iconic, but why does the main character look like that? Like, are you supposed to let me believe that that person in the poster, lying in the bed as Freddy is putting his hand over her, is Nancy Thompson, the main character of the movie? That looks nothing like her. It is such an iconic poster, and every time I see someone praise the movie, I just always think about the fact that that looks nothing like her. There are a few types of movie posters that I really like as well, is when modern posters try to capture the essence of the 80s movie posters. A few examples I can think of is Bike Riders, or Ready or Not, and the horror movies X and Pearl, and of course Indiana Jones. Some people may think it's kinda tacky, but I think that is so lovely whenever they try to do that. Whether or not it's trying to fit in within the theme of the movie, or they're just trying to do it for the sake of doing it, I just love that so much, because 80s movie posters rock so hard, and they always have such cool designs. Even 90s movie posters or 70s movie posters were hit or miss, and when they were hits, they really were hits. And a few of my personal favorite movie posters of all time, in no order, would be Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me, Jurassic Park, Pulp Fiction, Fiction, The Crow, and Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, and practically any of the Halloween movie posters except for the modern movies, and the first Hellraiser movie, and The Lost Boys, and how can I forget Predator, Child's Play 2, Bloodsport, The Killer, Back to the Future, also Alien, Alien 2, and the original Star Wars trilogy. Those ones were just perfection. Hell, there are even some movies like Suspiria or most of Brian De Palma's movie posters. Forget the fact that I'm such a huge fan of him, a bunch of his movie posters just hit the bullseye each time. And now to some honorable mentions that I truly love would be The Exorcist and Jaws and The Shining, as well as Thief. Thief might honestly be my favorite movie poster of all time. Overall, there are so much fantastic movie posters and so much terrible movie posters even nowadays. And make sure to subscribe and hit that like button if you enjoyed. And comment down below what is your favorite movie poster of all time. If you're still here, I also really like the Clerks movie poster.